You know, I'm not a gambling man, but I would bet that there is one thing that you do not know about Opticon hearing aids. Opticon is an extremely popular hearing aid brand, not just in the United States, but internationally as well. In fact, Demant, the parent company of Opticon, accounts for 30% of global hearing aid sales, right behind Sonova with 31%. Opticon is also one of the oldest hearing aid brands. It was started back in 1904 by Hans Demant, who first developed a hearing aid to help out his wife who had hearing loss. Over the last century, Opticon has become a powerhouse when it comes to hearing aids. Back in 1996, they released one of the first fully digital hearing aids called the Opticon DigiFocus. In 2016, they revolutionized how their directional microphones worked on their hearing aids. They developed something called OPN Sound Technology that prevented the blinder effect that most hearing aids give you when you go into background noise and the microphones only face in one direction. In 2021, Opticon was the first hearing aid brand to release a hearing aid that utilized a deep neural network for sound processing. This allowed their hearing aids to use artificial intelligence to identify the differences between speech and noise and separate the speech from the noise. It wasn't until late 2024 where other hearing aid manufacturers started jumping on the deep neural network bandwagon, which makes what Opticon did back in 2021 that much more impressive when it comes to innovation. Today, their hearing aids are some of the best hearing aids that money can buy when it comes to background noise and when it comes to amplifying for high-frequency hearing losses. The feedback management inside of Opticon hearing aids allows their hearing aids to amplify better for high-frequency hearing losses. So if you have a hearing loss due to age, noise exposure, or chemical exposure, an Opticon hearing aid may be the best hearing aid for you. Opticon is also one of the major hearing aid brands leading the way when it comes to Bluetooth LE audio and Auracast broadcast audio. Bluetooth LE audio is the newest form of Bluetooth. It allows for better streaming sound quality, it has lower battery drain, and the connection between your hearing aids and your smart device is much more stable as well. And this LE audio form of Bluetooth also enables this Auracast broadcast audio that allows you to tap into the audio of a public venue and stream that audio directly into your Opticon hearing aids. So if you go to a public venue like a church, a museum, a sports bar, or even a Broadway show, you get to hear that sound directly in your Opticon devices. This Bluetooth also enables their Opticon Companion app for you to make self-adjustments to your own hearing aids. Fortunately, Opticon has chosen to use rechargeable battery technology, so you no longer have to fight with getting disposable batteries out of those ridiculous child-proof battery packs. But even though Opticon chooses to use rechargeable battery technology, they're still able to keep their hearing aids at a really small size. However, the Opticon hearing aids have one major flaw, and that is they have to be programmed by a hearing care professional who follows comprehensive audiologic best practices, otherwise you will never experience the full benefit of them. Best practices are a series of considerations and procedures that must be completed by your hearing care professional in order for them to ensure that your hearing aids have been set up properly. Several of these best practices include speech and noise testing, test box measures, real ear measurement, and validated outcome measures. Unfortunately, only between 5 and 30% of hearing care professionals actually do these best practices, which means the majority of people who are wearing Opticon hearing aids are not getting the full amount of benefit. Of course, if you would like an easy way to find one of these rare hearing care professionals who does follow best practices, make sure that you go to my website, hearingup.com, and find a Hearing Up Network member in your area. All Hearing Up members have been vetted and are committed to following comprehensive audiologic best practices to ensure that you can hear your absolute best no matter what hearing aids you use. So if you want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your hearing aids, going to a Hearing Up Network member in your area is your best bet. Now, there is one other thing that you're probably not aware of when it comes to Opticon hearing aids, but before I tell you what that one thing is, do me a huge favor, click the like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It is greatly appreciated. And let me know what you think about these Opticon hearing aids down in the comment section. Okay, so the one thing that you're probably not aware of when it comes to Opticon hearing aids is that there is no such thing as the Opticon hearing aid brand. The brand name is actually Oticon. And yes, a lot of people think that this brand is actually called Opticon. I don't know why, I don't know where they're getting that extra P in there from, but honestly, I find it to be quite hilarious. But this is a huge problem, right? Like if you type into your computer Opticon hearing aids, you're probably not going to be getting all of the best search results, which is exactly why I'm creating this video that I'm going to be titling Opticon hearing aids. And while it's hilarious, I am not making fun of you. This is something that a lot of people misunderstand when they're going to their hearing care professional and they're hearing the brand name for the first time, oftentimes with an untreated hearing loss. Of course, if you would like to learn more about Oticon hearing aids, I have probably a couple hundred videos talking about Oticon hearing aid technology, including a variety of different detailed reviews of their products that I will put into a playlist and link right over here and down in the description of this video.